I suppose it's a dangerous enough thing for a Corkman to be seen walking around unprotected here on the quays in Waterford on the week before the Munster final. And I'm not a spy in the camp, but it is 19 years since Waterford won the Munster Championship way back in 1963, and there's nothing but talk of hurling in the atmosphere here. And that's as good an excuse as any to come back and celebrate Waterford's re-emergence as a major power in Munster. Pub here on my right, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if inside there we met one or two of the stalwart men who played in that great era, 1957 to 1963. As a matter of fact, I'm absolutely certain we're going to meet them, because we've invited them down here to talk to us, so come on, let's meet.
I suppose for their age, I was saying I'd give them 3 years.
Is that Tom Chasty I see there? What about the game now on Sunday? Who do you fancy for that?
I'm hoping for Waterford win, and I think they have a good chance. It'll be great for the game, anyway. That's everybody wants. Like Waterford win would be good for Hurling in Waterford and in the whole country. They're too long out.
Is that somebody next to you there that I should recognise from a few years back? It is. Is that Mick Flynn? It is.
Mick Flynn. On the right, yeah.
I was always on his right, as a matter of fact.
You were always.
He was sitting forward, and I was right half forward. I spent a lot of time on his right hand.
Mick, that was a great half forward line, wasn't it?
It was a good half forward line anyway. We thought we were clever one. I was on Tom's right, as I am now. I spent a lot of time there.
There was great free-flowing hurling in those days, wasn't there?
We had a very good idea of what each other was going to do, If Tom got a ball, we'd move away. If he went left, Frankie Welch would move away, But, well, we gave a bit of thought to the game now. A lot of thought to the game at that time. And it probably paid off.
Waterford again. Phil Grimes shoots. Ollie Wall stops it, but Mick Flannelly is there to drive it home. Barham sends it into the square. Mick Flannelly gets to stick to it. Yes, it's over the line.
People often compared you to a cross between Cork style and Kilkenny style. Is that a fair comment?
Well, I'd like to think we had our own special way of hurling in Waterford, Well, for an era there, for 5 or 6 years, we did produce very good hurling,
Further down the line there now, is that another man that I should recognise? Is that Jim Irish?
It is indeed, yes.
You joined this lot, I think, much later on. Well, about 61.
About 61, that's correct, yeah. I came into the side. I'd be only a young lad compared to the two lads here. Make me feel like a teenager listening to Mad Fool,
Would you agree with what Mick said there, that 63 should have been your year as well?
Oh, without a doubt. I think we should have gone the whole way. We'd already, as you are aware, won the Oireachtas, won the league, Munster final, and it was the Grand Slam, if you like, to win the All-Ireland. But unfortunately, we became a cropper at the last stage.
There is great rivalry, of course, between both your nearest neighbours, Kilkenny and Cork. If you're looking forward now to the match on Sunday, where's the greatest threat to you and what's your greatest strength, would you say, Jim?
Next Sunday, I think the greatest threat to us next Sunday would undoubtedly be from around midfield at Cork. I think they're very strong there. And where we're concerned, I was very happy with our midfield display from, forgetting about the first 20 minutes, of course, against Limerick, but from there on, I think we really got our game together that day. And if we can reproduce that form, I think we're going to win on Sunday.
And if it's a win on Sunday, what about, can we talk about the All-Ireland after that? I suppose we can.
Certainly, that's what we're all hoping for. I think we're on the verge of something great in Waterford at the moment. We're really going there now. This team, it's something special. Certainly when we go back a couple of years, it's something special now.
I think the 50s were the great glory years for Mount Sion hurling.
I happened to be a young brother here at the time, and I was very lucky to have been associated with those, because I learned my hurling from them. Actually, they were a great bunch, and they must have won 9 county titles in the 50s, as well as several minor titles. Minor teams are beautiful teams.
And they were, of course, the basis of the 1957 to 63 success team from Waterford.
Oh yes, up along Dickie Roach in goal, Martin O'Marcy centre half back, Philly Grimes, Seamus Power centre field, Mick Flannelly, Frankie Welch. I hope I'm not leaving out any of them, but they were marvellous. They were marvellous. They were the backbone of the team.
Would you describe their style? Because I can remember them being not far from a cross between Kilkenny and Cork.
Yes, their style is a tremendous style. They have a lovely mixture of. They were complete ball players. They moved that ball beautifully and sweetly on the ground and in the air, and they were tremendously fast team. These old hurlers, they could make a slither talk. They played it on the roads, they played it in the alleys, they played it up in the field, and this was their style.
If the Warriors of yesteryear have their memories to look back on, they're also aware that these youngsters from St Saviour's and Mount Sion are inspired by a new crop of heroes. Centre half John Galvin, Stephen Breen at centre forward, young Eddie Curran and Pat Nolan, and the vastly experienced Jim Green, whose recall to the big time has helped revitalise Waterford's hurling fortunes. Inspired by the senior team's success and guided by County Youth Officer Philip Fanning, underage hurling has blossomed. The GAA is flourishing in the city's biggest housing scheme at Ballybeg with Mick Brophy of St Saviour's. And De La Salle, Erin's Own, Ferrybank and Ballygunner, together with Lismore, Tallow and Dungarvan and Abbeyside, are fast becoming talent nurseries for the future. How many fellas are going to the Munster final? Did somebody tell me there was a chap Green here playing today? Where is he? Where's Mr. Green? Brian Green, your daddy's playing in the Munster final, isn't he?
Yeah.
Now, do you go out and play with him at all? Do you practice with him?
Yeah.
You too. Who's going to win the Munster final?
Waterford.
How much are they going to win by?
Couple of goals.
Is there anybody, who are you afraid in the Cork team? Who's the biggest danger to Waterford? Yeah, but who?
Jimmy Barry Murphy. And
Jimmy,
Frank
why,
Cummins.
and who?
Frank Cummins.
Why is that? Why those two?
Well, if the ball goes up to Jimmy Barry Murphy, he's able to control it.
Now,
He knows the goal is.
what about Cashman? Is anybody afraid of Cashman?
Tony O'Sullivan.
No, Cashman's nothing, isn't he? You're not afraid.
Tony O'Sullivan, he's dangerous. Passy Welch teacher him.
Yeah, okay.
Pat McGrath.
Pat McGrath. Right. Who is the man that's going to win it then for Waterford?
Jim Green. Pat McGrath. Jim Green. Team effort. Team effort.
All right.
Team effort.
It may be a team effort, but you must remember they're playing Cork, you see, and Cork are a great team, aren't they?
No, they're a good team.
Who's going to win then? Who's going to win on Sunday? Well, no doubting that level of enthusiasm and commitment. This Waterford team emerged from the 1 point in the difference cliffhanger finish in the semi-final against Limerick to earn their place in next Sunday's decider against Cork. Jim Green, we were talking to your young fella today. He said that he expects you to be very important in the match on Sunday. Do you feel that sense of responsibility that people in Waterford expect you to do well?
Yeah, it's so long since we've done well. It's 16 years or something since we're in a Munster final. And now that we're in it, they're bound to feel excited and anxiety about it, like, you know. But we feel it ourselves as well, sure.
And where do you feel the greatest strength is, and what are you afraid of in the Cork team?
I wouldn't say I'm afraid of anyone in particular in the Cork team, like, you know. Cork, like, and they're a fair team, they're a balanced team. And if we play well, I don't think we've anything to be afraid of.
Again, Hurlers and all that it stands for. I mean, how do you feel about Hurlers itself? Is it a happy ground for Waterford?
Well, it hasn't been, you know. We play a lot of matches there. And up to the last year or two, we didn't get any results out of it. And last year we got a result in the quarter-finals of the league. And we got a league result there this year. And we got the championship result there. But up to that, we hadn't good results there. But we seem to like playing there. The field suits us. It's open, you know. It's a big field.
Well, what about yourself now? How do you feel about Sunday coming up?
Well, we're all looking forward to it anyway, you know. Waterford and Cork matches, I'd say it'll be a derby match anyway, being so close neighbours and everything, you know. And so we'll give it a go anyway.
That they undoubtedly will, and with only 4 days to one of the country's greatest sporting spectacles, the Munster final, they've behind them a great run in the league and stirring championship victories. How does the captain see next Sunday's match?
The way I see it now, that Cork are more worried than what we are. Like, they're the hot bravest team in it, and it's going to be hard to beat us because we have a good team of triers, like, you know, and we have a great spirit going. So we're not afraid of anyone now, like, you know.
Well, more than triers, there's great skill there as well, and it's a fairly balanced team all round, isn't it?
Oh yeah, all the lads are ready to hurl, like, you know. It's just that on the day, like, we'll have to produce it, you know.
Looking forward to the match, I suppose there's going to be the pre-match nerves initially and inevitably, but how long will it take to settle down in Hurlers? It's not a great venue for you.
I hope we settle down quicker than we did against Limerick, you know, but I wouldn't say it's nervous really, you know. It's, every day is different, so we'll have a go when we're there, and that's the main thing.
Now, when you're actually out on that field there, I mean, you're leading the guys and you're leading the lads. Is there that sense of cooperation, that great spirit that one would expect from a Waterford team in a Munster final?
Oh, they are, yes. Like, we're all the one, like, you know, and there's no player greater than any other player really on it, like, you know. So that kind of complete team effort, like, and that's the way we like it, like, you know.
Will it be a bounce of a ball? Will it be a point or two or what?
You wouldn't know, like, you know. I'm expecting to win it anyway, so I hope the bounce go our way anyway.
Waterford now have more good players in key positions than they've had since the 60s, and building on the groundwork laid by Joe McGrath and Ned Power, Pat Fanning and his team, aware of the tremendous amount of tradition and pride at stake, dream again of a place in the sun. What would it mean to Waterford hurling if this was the year that they got over Cork in a Munster Championship final?
Well, for a county that has been out of the title race so long, for any county to win a Munster title would be marvellous, and then to go the whole way to an All-Ireland would be something that, well, it really boils down to the as I said before, to the Orkney people. What it means to the Orkney people, if players only realise that, the Orkney followers like ourselves, if they realise how it gives us that uplift or sets us on new horizons during life, and you know, because it affects the whole social sphere of a person's life, because the GA is so much involved with the Orkney people, and these men are from Waterford, and this means a lot. They're the Orkney people living down the roads and down the streets. This is a very important thing. If players realise that, I hope they realise it in Sunday week, that it's not just themselves they're playing for, but for the thousands of Waterford supporters who have been so loyal to them down the years and have kept hurling alive.
Well, damp and blustery it may be here in Dungarvan, but this team has both the spirit and the skills necessary to break that barn spell, that 19 years in Semple Stadium in Hurlers on Sunday, and bring the Munster Championship home to the DCs for the first time in 19 years. Whether they do that or not, one thing is absolutely certain. They've got all of Waterford and neutral Ireland with them.